Okay. All right. It looks like we're live here on the People Cooler Than Me show. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming. We are so glad you're here. This is the first time we started the show with very little technical difficulties, actually. I'm very, very impressed. Jared's doing his job. He's doing his job.
That is a good thing.
All right, so Jared's not fired this week, so that's good. Thanks again for joining us here live on YouTube, guys. I am so excited this week because we're talking about a subject that I am just really into right now, virtual reality. We're talking inVR, the first virtual reality conference for gamers in here coming up in 2017, and we have the folks from inVR here with us. Welcome, guys.
Hey.
All right, so I don't want to get it wrong live on air. So this is Carissa and Stelios, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. All right. Close enough. So they're both from Greece originally, and now living in London.
Yeah, that's us. As you can probably see, it's night here, so not probably. Yeah, it's around 10-ish. Fun fact to start with. I know you can't really see. Let me see. So right behind us is Jamie Oliver. Do you guys know Jamie Oliver, the famous chef, the naked chef?
Oh, okay.
I do not.
Yeah, I'm really not.
I don't think he's very famous in the US.
He kind of exposed McDonald's and schools using really bad materials.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a show about bad food, but it didn't really work out.
So he's really big here. He's very popular, and his lab is right across the road.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
cool. So that's why he's not popular in the US, is because we like our food here. We like our McDonald's. All right. Okay. Well, that is cool. That's a fun fact. Hopefully he'll make an appearance on the show.
Ooh, yeah, why not?
Right. Okay. So yeah. So all right. So you guys are doing the first ever virtual reality conference for gamers. Where do we even start with that? So tell us what is this conference going to look like? Like, I saw that I need to have an Oculus or a Samsung Gear VR. What is it going to look like? What can people who are going to attend this conference expect?
Yeah, so it's gonna be for people having a Vive, a Rift, or a Samsung Gear VR. The reason that we basically started it off is because we wanted to attend events and conferences, but we always found it difficult because of traveling, because of accommodation costs, because we couldn't really take like a month off to really attend something. So we thought conventions like GDC or E3 are really cool, but not really easy to attend. And that's how we started, playing with the idea of doing a convention for gamers, which we put it to the community. We had actually a very warm welcome. And then a few months later, here we are.
When you say months, I think you mean weeks.
Yeah.
Because we've been on it for, I think, 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Yeah, from ideation to actually planning the event and building everything.
Wow. Okay. So you guys are 6 weeks into this event. So you're lining up speakers right now? Is that how it's going to work? You have a series of presenters?
We actually have we have 200 people lined up. They've requested to speak. We're overwhelmed, so we're browsing through all the applicants, and we're like, okay. So I see the VP of marketing in HTC. Okay. So you have the likes of these people want to speak at the event, which is amazing, can't complain. And so we're currently doing everything. We're lining up speakers, and we haven't updated the website yet because we're currently deciding on what's the next batch will be, because we want to be really cool. And we're also onboarding people. So we've opened pre-registration, The reason why we're not registering people officially yet is mainly because we want to be fair at the price. Because we know there are so many people that want to go to these events and it's so expensive. So we kind of want to be the cheap ones so that the whole idea makes sense.
Okay.
And we also have quite a few exhibitors lined up too, which is very exciting because what they will do at the event, they can build their own stand. So for the first time, say you don't have a budget, but you're really talented, with $500, you can build your own space that actually represents your game. And when people enter the booth, boom, they can see what you're about. And if they like it, they click and buy.
Yeah.
So you make money, you know, on the dot.
Yeah, and we're going to really be fair, as Chris has said, and we want to offer the chance for really artists that they can really compete with their marketing money, to really compete with their content and what they have created. So we really allow them to recreate their gaming world and really engage with their users immediately the moment they enter their booth. And just answering your first question, we will have both an exhibition and also 72 hours non-stop panel chats and talks. And it will not be centralized into any one time zone. So we will have speakers from different time zones, basically giving content nonstop.
Wow. Okay. So I know that Jared and I probably aren't going to be able to know a lot about the specifics of this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. The gaming community is very well aware. Okay, my audio is breaking up.
Yep.
Yeah, I was probably peaking here. So okay. So in the gaming community, these studios are really well known. So I mean, do you guys? Can you name some of the actual creative studios that you've been able to work with? Do you have any ideas of what kind of games will be featured there?
Because we are discussing about how they will get involved. Let's say that we have a really big gaming company. Well, actually, it's a media company that also has games. It's huge. It's American, and we're discussing about how we could have a kids zone, for example. Yeah, I can't name them, but yeah, you get the idea. We're discussing with horror VR games, mobile games, not that many though, and of course the conventional games that we all play. The reason why I'm not naming is because I don't want to leave anyone behind, like not name someone that we discussions with.
Okay, so not ready to quite release names yet, but you have some people lined up.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, well, we look forward to hearing from that. Let's go back then. Let's talk a little bit about how you guys got started. What's your background? Where did this idea come from? And what's the origin story here?
Okay. Basically, so how it all started. Well, my background is events. So I used to run events and organize investment events for governments. And it was fun. It was great. And then we stopped that. I stopped that and I quit because we wanted to start our own company, and we went into fashion tech, which is random. Okay, just random. Yeah, so we came up with the idea of an AI, artificial intelligence platform for retailers, and we entered EF, Entrepreneur First, which is the YC of Europe. And thanks to Stelios, has a great tech background, we got accepted because it's really hardcore deep tech. So we built Suits Me, and we demoed on in Facebook's headquarters. Scary. And from there, we understood that we were not really doing what we love the most and what will make us, you know, jump out of joy and really go out and say, oh my God, look at this, you know. So Stelios came up with the idea. It was one night that we were really concerned about what we like, what we don't like about what we do. and I was taking a nap, and and when I got up, he said, "Okay, you are brilliant at doing events, running events. You have all the contacts in the world, and I'm very good at business and tech." And I said, "Okay, go on. I don't see what you're doing. We're just going." And he said, "How about we did an event?" I said, "Okay, gaming event." I said, "Right, gaming event. Okay." And I said, "Yeah, but in VR." And it wowed me. I love the idea. So so we started gathering
beginning
people.
of March, yeah. We started basically gathering feedback, tapping into the community, seeing what they think. As I said, we got a very warm welcome, and we decided that, yeah, this is something that we definitely need to go for. The whole idea was, you know, exhibitions and events are so hard to attend and go to. So we wanted to really create a platform, a VR platform for exhibitions. So gaming is really our first step. We really want to expand in other industries after this gaming convention. But yeah, the gaming industry is the most welcome one, the most early adopting, and the most crazy ones, like we are.
Yeah.
To start with them.
A little crazier than a little more crazier and more spontaneous and more like you said, early adopters than maybe the fashion industry even.
And more visionaries, right? I mean,
yeah.
They will always play with the new stuff. They will always try something new. They will always want to, you know, push more than the tech more than what it is right now. So we want to start with the gamers.
Okay, cool. So are you guys, I guess I get the impression then that you're not gamers, or you're not very immersed in the gaming community until you started this project. Is that right?
Well, I love games.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I'm a girl, which doesn't really go with the whole gaming concept. But I used to play games since I was, I don't know, 5, starting from, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog, going to my favorite Final Fantasy, and now, because I don't have much time, I kind of play with my brother whenever he allows me to touch his PlayStation. We're definitely fans, and Celis has more.
Yeah, so I used to be a very fanatic gamer. I spent a lot of time playing like Dota and WoW back in the days, and then a few years ago I had to really sell my PS4 because it was just taking too much time, and I didn't really have time to be tempted by games. So yeah, coming back to the gaming world is really refreshing, that I can actually combine, you know, gaming again with work, and I wouldn't really feel guilt. So yeah.
That's important. Yeah, that's really important. Okay, so you are gamers and you're immersed a little bit in the gaming community. Is there a gaming community for virtual reality yet? Have you noticed that? Are you able to comment on that?
Yeah, so I mean, we know that pretty much everybody is like, there's a big percentage of the world out there that they are gamers. I think some studies said that, I don't know, 80% of people actually spend a lot of time playing games. But yeah, the VR community is not very strong yet. It's really up and coming. As far as I know, in 2016, there were roughly 500,000 VR sets sold. So it's still at its infancy. But yeah, it's really growing, and we really want to be part of this new wave.
Yeah, for sure. You're definitely starting early. That's for sure. So that's really neat.
I mean, it's still early, but I think it's very close to a point of great adaptation. Maybe it's not gonna happen this year or maybe next year, but I think it's very, very close.
I think we're at a tipping point. I mean, I know that you know, there aren't really a lot of experts out there yet, but just from what I've observed, there's a really great channel that I'll go ahead and give a shout out to called Daydream District, which is actually dedicated for the Google Daydream. But he has thousands of followers and puts on a really great show there. actually one of the inspirations for this show. I kind of look at what he's doing and try to mimic that. But anyway, you know, there's a lot of content out there. The Resident Evil game. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Resident Evil VR game, but that got a lot of attention, I think, and the YouTube videos for that were really popular, and I followed that for a while. I think that was the game that made me think like, oh, I might really need to invest in this. Yeah, I think it's starting to take off. So let's talk a little bit. This channel, a lot of the people who follow this channel are entrepreneurial oriented, startup oriented. Let's talk a little bit about what it's like to be in the early point, just months into this startup of yours. Did you start with any capital at all? Did you, I mean, tell me about the grind, you know, day to day, just starting from zero to where you are today and where you want to be.
Yeah, so as Krisha said, actually, this is our second gig. This is our second company that we built together. So we already had a lot of experience from the first one. We had some great mentors, and we learned a lot of lessons that we now carry on into this venture. So funding-wise, we basically are self-funded right now. We had some funding ourselves that we put into the company. We also see actually very great traction sales-wise and sponsorship-wise, which really keeps us going. And we're also in fundraising mode. So if any investor is interested, hi.
I'm going to tell you my email is.
Yeah. Please see my email below.
Yeah, we'll definitely give everybody your contact information. I don't know how many huge Silicon Valley investors I have following this channel out of my 16 subscribers, but maybe a few. Maybe a few.
You never know.
You never know.
Keep publishing and promoting startups, and you'll see that, you know, going up.
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah.
It's an interesting
angle. Yeah, and we have some really interesting friends that we can intro you to.
Actually, yeah, that's actually one of the things that I was going to bring up at the end is that we're starting a new thing, and you guys are going to be the first ones. We're going to ask everybody to give us someone who you think is cooler than you at the end of the show who might want to come on my show. So think about that, and we'll circle back to it. Yeah, but
propose us. I'm wondering.
Nobody. We're the first ones.
Okay, that's so.
We're the.
Yeah. I was wondering if some previous speaker actually proposed us as cooler people, but no, I don't think so.
No, we're that cool. The first ones.
Okay.
You can't get cooler than that.
Okay.
Well, you guys are on the show because you're cooler than me. So yeah.
That invitation you sent was amazing. I loved it. It's so direct. People can't say no. That, oh my God, this guy actually got into trouble. He filmed himself and then he posted that on Twitter. He exposed himself, and I loved it. It's so personal. I think it's amazing. I've been sending invitations for 6 years now for events for different, and that was so unique. I loved it.
Sure.
I didn't say no. That was so cool.
Thanks. Yeah, that has come up a couple times, even just on this show. For people who don't know, it's the Twitter @reply. And since people following this channel are entrepreneurs, I might as well go through it. People have really responded well to this process that where when people either tweeted me. I think what happened was I tweeted about inVR. You replied with a nice comment, and then I replied to that comment. What I did is I hit reply, and then on my phone there's a camera icon. I hit that, and then I just filmed a really quick personal video saying, "Hey, I really plan on pre-registering for this VR event," which I have done, by the way. Yeah, exactly. And then so now all I need to do is get a headset, but we'll talk about that. But and then I just said, hey, I'd love to have you on my show. And I've done this not just for inviting people on the show, but just for showing appreciation for people who are following me or interacting with me in some way. And it really hit big. So it sounds like you guys really appreciated it as well.
Of course, it's amazing. We loved it. We loved it.
Yeah.
And I wanted Celis to join us as well because it's more fun if it's two.
Yeah, for sure. So do you guys think that you'll do that for when you're inviting people to, to participate in your conferences? Are you gonna like adopt, or have you already tried it?
I think I will.
Yeah, why not?
I think I will.
Yeah, give it a shot. Let me know how it goes. Like I'm genuinely interested as an experiment. But I would love to see what your guys' response rate is, or like what if people appreciate it just as much.
It sounds great.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, cool. So to get back on topic with what you guys are doing, enough about what I'm doing. Let's talk about let's talk about virtual reality headsets and hardware. That has been, I think, a little bit of a possibly one of those reasons why only 500,000 headsets were sold, like you said. I don't know the exact numbers, but we're talking about, I think, $600 to get into the Oculus Rift. To get into the Samsung VR, I have to have a Samsung phone. So now I have to switch from my iPhone to the Samsung phone. And then the headset, I think, is at 100. I don't know how much the headset is, but that's an additional cost. And then Google, you have to have a Pixel ready phone, which the Google Pixel is like hundreds and hundreds of dollars plus a $79 headset. So what do you guys think about people who are like, okay, I love what they're doing. I'm ready to take the plunge into VR. What do you think? Is there anything advice that you can give to people who are looking to get started?
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest barrier basically to enter VR. It's the price of the hardware that you need. I mean, it's not only the VR set. For a Vive or a Rift, you also need a very powerful PC, which is another like few thousands of dollars. So definitely this is a very big barrier, and we know that this exists. And the whole innovation of Oculus and all of those VR sets is that they try to bring it down, and they keep on trying. So yeah, we know that this thing exists. But right now we try to prioritize high quality of experience over wide adoption. That's why we try not to really downgrade the experience to really give it to everybody with a mobile set. But this might change in the future.
Yeah. So do you guys own a VR headset?
Sorry?
Do you own a virtual reality headset? Do you own an Oculus Rift or what is it?
It's a Vive.
Yeah, it's Vive.
Okay, cool. So is that what you would recommend to anyone watching?
Yeah, I think it's the best one. I think it's the best set in the market right now.
Yeah, it depends on what you're looking for. We don't really support any brand. It's just the one that we have been recommended because we're not VR. We were not VR people in the past. So everyone recommended HTC Vive, and before we launched the idea, that's what we bought.
Yeah, I mean, it's so early into virtual reality technology. I've looked a lot into it, and it seems like it's all early adopter technology to a certain extent. Like you said, the prices are high, but they are coming down, and there's good signs there. But from what I've seen, there's actually a lot of I think all of the major options that you guys provide are really great options, have really good reviews. And if you're willing to understand that it's early technology and it's in the process of getting better, I think that you really can't go wrong with that.
Very true. And what's really important is that currently those that own an expensive gear, an expensive headset, are the gamers. But I think in the next couple of years that's going to change, dramatically change, because whatever your job might be, VR is the next step to training, for example.
Exactly.
Is the next step to socializing. So you actually will need to have one. Like when you had an iPhone, it was kind of a luxury. Not everybody needed it. Not everybody. My mom had a smartphone. But if you were to convert her a few years ago, she would be like, "Oh my God, I do not need that."
Thanks, Frank. Thank you.
So I think VR is going to be the next smartphone, in a sense. It can be so useful in so many ways.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's a good comparison because I know when smartphones first came out, people were pretty astonished by the price as well. But I don't think anyone is debating whether virtual reality is the next major platform. It's just a question of when and how. And it looks like you guys are off to a great start to getting this going. And what do you think that what you're doing is going to help promote the virtual reality industry in any way? Are you guys, is that a part of what you're doing?
Yes, exactly. So basically, there are not that many people that are dealing with VR in a different commercial use rather than gaming right now, and we're one of these very few ones. There are some other great ones, and Stelios is an expert because he's dealing with the UK government right now to promote VR within the UK and abroad. But I shouldn't be the one to talk about that.
Yeah. So there are some great initiatives right now in Europe to start promoting VR, both in the funding side, but also content and hardware and some other aspects. I know that actually US is probably ahead. But yeah, there are some roadblocks that need to be overcome, which is like the price of the hardware. Maybe some people can't really handle the effect of being in VR for a very prolonged time. Which there are some great efforts to really overcome these roadblocks, and when these are overcome, I think VR will be adopted. And yeah, I mean, we're basically betting our company on it.
Yeah. So that's all fantastic, guys. Thanks for coming on the show. One more question. What's something that do you guys have just the craziest story with trying to get this conference going? I know from an event planner's perspective, there's no end of crises or crises. Is that, Jared, what's the plural of crises? Crisis.
I'm gonna go with that.
Crises. Yeah. Okay. So, what
I could Google.
Do you guys have any fun anecdotes or anything like that of something just that you've had to deal with planning this event?
This event so far, no, it's quite smooth. For other events, hell yeah. Because I've dealt with some very intriguing countries like. I've worked with the Lebanese, with the Libyan oil company. That was crazy when there was no airport open in Libya, and we had to sneak them in. But thankfully, thanks to VR, you don't have to do that anymore. I think the best anecdote we could share would be from our startup background. We entered Entrepreneur First, which is like the YC of Europe. They're extremely hardcore. And we were quite successful. And third week in the program, I found out I'm pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So I had to go through the entire program without telling anybody that I'm pregnant because I didn't want anyone to be biased.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to be seen like a, special case. And we pitched at Facebook and I look big and nobody had figured out I was pregnant. And then when we told everyone, they were shocked. I think that was a fun part, that the day before I gave birth, we were speaking with investors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It's something that people don't really know about us.
Wow, good for you. That is crazy. Crazy.
And the next day too, I think a day or two after I gave birth, we met with investors again.
I think a couple of weeks afterwards. But
it was very
a couple days after. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was around a week more or less that we met with investors again. You just have to keep going.
That is truly impressive. So to all the young entrepreneurs out there, most of the people that I've interacted with following our page, our YouTube channel, most of them are early on in the very beginning of what they're doing. And so that's a great lesson for them is that, you know, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're in the startup culture, there's no reason to drive yourself to insanity, but at the same time, you're living into like you're living in a different world essentially, right? You know, the sacrifices that you have to make, a lot of people who aren't, you know, entrepreneurs or CEOs or whatever it is are completely unaware of. So
Exactly.
yeah, good for you guys. So let's talk about your platforms. People can go to your website. It's in-vr.co, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
inVR.co, in-vr.co, and that is where you can pre-register and sign up for emails, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then so like what's your Instagram handle that you want everyone to go to? We got a lot of Instagrammers following us.
It's / inVR Gaming, which is the same as our Twitter handle.
Okay, so Instagram and Twitter / or it's is it in-VR or just inVR?
No, it's just one word.
Okay, inVR Gaming, guys, go to inVR Gaming, check it out, pre-register, get yourself a VR headset. They're all cool, and get to this conference. It's in December, right? I don't know if we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see them just scrolling now through our contest or our Twitter page. Yeah,
let me check.
Yeah, it's on the Twitter page.
Yeah, so yeah, I've seen an HTC Vive out there. Yeah, so we're basically also part of our promotion is we're giving away an HTC Vive. So yeah, if you sign up, you get a chance to win an HTC Vive.
And if we signed up and we had you on our YouTube show, we have an extra chance to win an HTC Vive. I'm assuming, right?
And if you're also a subscriber in this channel, you get an extra.
Yeah, exactly. We'll go with it. We'll go with that. Awesome.
Give a discount. Use Tyler 11 and you can get a 10% discount off your booth.
Hey, we should set something like that up. I was going to talk to you guys about getting a booth or whatever that would look like. If I don't, again, we'll have to figure out what the pricing is and things like that. But I'd love to attend. I'm really excited about it. Who knows? You might need a broadcaster there. Yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. You guys are obviously doing cool stuff. You have the Y Combinator of Europe, you know, story, going through pregnancy while doing that. I mean, I can't even imagine the stress levels. Yeah. More power to you. And then you know, this virtual reality conference, the first ever gaming VR conference, now happening in 2017. The future is here, ladies and gentlemen. The future is here. And so you guys are obviously cooler than me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now's the part where we need a name. We need to know who is cooler than you.
Right.
We need to think about it. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot, and we don't know if they're gonna want to do.
So we have to choose, I guess, either someone that's really cool as a person, and at the same time it has done something significant.
Well, and it can be significant, or it can just be cool. And you know, like it doesn't necessarily. I'm more interested in cool people that you like, but people who've done something significant is also, you know, that's always.
I have two names. Okay, so I think Mark.
Oh yeah, cool.
Mark.
I'm actually browsing through my Facebook friends and LinkedIn.
Mark Zuckerberg? You guys can get Mark Zuckerberg on the show? Is that what I'm hearing?
Of course, that's the Mark I'm referring to, yeah.
You were at Facebook headquarters. I just assumed that you know Mark Zuckerberg. I was really hoping.
I was going to be really impressed.
No.
How's his social media following? I don't even know. Maybe he can.
He's not very famous. It wouldn't do you any good.
I'm just kidding.
Fine.
So what Mark is this?
So it's Mark Trekkers. He's someone who's very into, how can I say? He's a startup mind as well. He's brilliant.
Cool.
So he's done lots of cool stuff, and he's crazy. He's really good to tell it. And I have another group that I actually love, and Spanish and a Greek, Neurophoenix.
Oh yeah.
We were, I think they're really cool.
Who is it again?
Crazy. So they've built a startup about curing, helping people with what's the name?
So they're trying to create a new fun way to rehabilitate stroke patients.
Yeah, stroke.
Through gaming and gamifying the recovery process, basically.
I think they're really cool and they're really fun as people.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they're willing to come on the show. Let's you have my email, so if you wanna email me contact information, I would like to talk to Mark as well, as they're curing or helping treat stroke patients through gaming. That is incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we would absolutely love to talk to him. Thank you so much for playing our little game there. It's just
as well. I think there's also a crazy molecular physicist that I think you should also speak to.
Yeah, for sure.
Onur, that's he's Turkish. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
We met him in the EF program. He was previously in CERN, searching for dark matter. He's really cool.
Okay, cool. So I am going to, we're going to get these people's Twitter handles and their Instagram handles. My audience is going to tweet at them and beg them to come on my show, guilt them into it, just like I did for Krissa, and they'll have no choice but to come onto my show. But once again, thank you guys. It was absolutely fantastic talking to you. I wish you all the best with your virtual reality conference. I can't wait to be there and be an attendee there. It's going to be so much fun.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you both. And I hope you have a really good day. And we're going to go to bed soon. Actually.
All right. Yeah. Get some sleep. You got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you very much, guys.
And happy Easter.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. It's Easter over there too, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happily. Yeah. All kinds of ways that they combine together.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So, adio in Greek is goodbye. And speak soon.
Yeah, speak soon.
All right. See
Bye,
you soon.
cool guys.
Ciao.
Have a good one.
Bye, YouTube.